under the lights with conference championship implications on the line. We've got two ranked teams getting set to battle in UC Davis and Montana State. Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. A packed Bobcat Stadium under the lights, the rodeo runout happening as Montana State is getting set to host UC Davis. The Bobcats have won 8 in a row, and they're trying to extend that streak tonight with 2 games left in the regular season. Let's go. We're so excited to be in Bozeman with you tonight. Courtney Lau alongside All-American running back Rini Angolia, and we mentioned conference championship implications for both of these teams.
Well, Montana won today, so they stay undefeated going into the next week, the last week of the regular season. The winner of this game tonight stays alive as well and has a chance to win the Big Sky next week.
Well, a packed house is going to get to watch this game. Let's start with the visiting team, UC Davis. And there's one guy they circle on their call sheet. They have got to get Samuel Batu Jr. the football.
He's an incredible story coming from Africa. He's also an incredible player. Dynamic athlete, great speed, can stretch the field vertically, will come across the middle in traffic, yards after the catch, and they'll handle the ball as well. They got to have multiple targets for Samuel Batu Jr. tonight. Those targets will end up being touches. We're going to see a lot of him tonight.
Yeah. Somebody that was late to football but has been just a stellar for them. Now, for Montana State, there's a 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Well, you know, Court, the only thing I like better than highlighting one running back is highlighting two. Both of these guys could be starters solely where they carry the ball 25 to 30 times, but they're both excellent. They both can catch the ball out of the backfield. You got speed and power with Julius Davis between the tackles. Adam Jones, a little change-up pace guy as well, but a 1-2 punch, we're going to see a lot of these backs tonight.
They are two of several playmakers that Montana State has. This is a very well-rounded football team in all 3 phases. UC Davis hasn't beaten Montana State since 2006. Can they change that tonight on the road? A couple of ranked teams getting set to battle it out here in Bozeman. So back here in Bozeman for this top 10 battle, and man, Rini, the crowd has really turned out tonight, and that's no surprise here.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to come here last year and call a quarterfinal game. This is just a great environment, tailgating, sold out. It's a great program, and they support it.
Brent Vigen is in his 5th season leading Montana State. He's got the 2nd most wins in program history. He's only lost 3 Big Sky games.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
He's a very good coach, and 2 new coordinators this year. I know the defensive coordinator was a holdover, Sean Howe, but steps up into that role. So they don't miss a beat here at Montana State. They just keep moving.
Brent Vigen has brought this program to 2 national championship appearances, including last season where they went 15-0, made it to that FCS national championship game before they lost their only game of the season. Won their 2nd Big Sky title in the last 3 seasons and got a program record for wins. And this season actually started 0-2, but now they're on an 8-game winning streak.
Well, and we talked to Coach Vigen about that. Like, it's just a different dynamic from last year. As you said, win your first 15, you lose a tough one to NDSU in the national championship game. You lose your first 2 this year, and it just kind of resets your mind and what you need to do, and they've done it nicely.
So UC Davis won the coin toss. They will defer, so they'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, and Montana State will go on offense first. A really important game for both teams if they want to keep in the conversation for a Big Sky title. This kick hopping along the ground over the Montana State players' heads and fielded inside the 10.
Yeah, mistake there to start the game in a bad field position. You got to come up and field that. Of course, that's a live ball. Good job getting on it, but offense will start backed up now.
So this Montana State team, last 2 weeks, Rini, they've put up over 50 points. It's the first time they've had back-to-back games scoring 50 or more points since 2014.
Well, and I think their quarterback, Justin Lamson, he's getting better, you know, each and every game. They have athletes everywhere to spread the ball around to, and they're just really, you know, peaking at the right time, which is what you love right towards the end of the season before the playoffs start.
Justin Lansom, the transfer from Stanford. He'll keep it and look to throw on the first play of the game, and Taco Dowler with the grab, and it's a first down. He's a playmaker.
Yeah, and great in punt returns, but he also is a wide receiver slot.
Let's take a look at tonight's impact players, brought to you by Brooks, and that's where you're going to find Taco's name.
Well, you see Taco Dowler right there. Paul Brott, one of their great defensive linemen, Mr. Montana State, and Jordan Fisher, the running back for UC Davis, and Jacob Syke, a really good defensive end for them.
Julius Davis will get the handoff here. No gain on the play. But talking about Taco, wow.
I was going to say, it's always nice when he makes a play, and then we go to impact players, and he happens to be on there, right? So it always looks good.
It's like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a good one.
Pete Steerbeck is their offensive coordinator, and he told us that at the top of his play sheet, it says, get Taco the ball.
Yeah.
That's how important he is. You see him lined up in the slot on the near side. Justin Lamson looking to drop back and pass for the second time, going to use his legs. And that is a weapon he brought with him from Stanford. He was kind of a wildcat quarterback.
Yeah, he can run. He's very athletic. Now, ironically, with Pete Steerbeck's offense, it's very similar to last year. I think Tommy Malott ran it a little more out of the zone read. That was just Lamson making a play when it breaks down. I think they've thrown it a touch more, but very similar to last year.
It's an 8-yard pickup. Just over their own 30-yard line. They'll go pistol set here with Adam Jones lined up behind Lamson. And they'll stop this play. Flag out. A little movement for Montana State.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Jim Crowley is our referee tonight with this Big Sky crew.
That was called on JT Reed. He's one of the leaders up there. Played guard last year, slid over to center, excuse me, this year, which is always tough to do because you're making all those line calls.
Yeah, Reed and their right guard, Titan Fleischman, are both captains on this Montana State team.
Middle of that offensive line is the strength for Montana State.
3rd and 7. Lamson leaving the pocket. Dives forward past the 30. He's going to be a couple yards short of the line they needed. Stopped by Trent Carrad.
Yeah, good protection. He had time to throw, but excellent coverage by UC Davis in the secondary. Lamson finds a lane. I love that, you know, situational awareness. He knew he had to go head first to try to get that first down. Just couldn't quite get there. And a good hold there by UC Davis.
So Colby Froker on to punt with Kalani Riddick back for UC Davis. He calls for the fair catch, going to have to back up to do it around the 20. And so UC Davis gets the stop, and now for the first time tonight, we'll get to see them. Well, Tim Plow is his second season as UC Davis's head coach. It's actually his 3rd different stint at the school where he played quarterback.
Yeah, and he's the head coach, obviously, but he also calls the plays. He's kind of like an offensive savant. Be a chess match tonight.
Redshirt freshman Caden Pinnock is their quarterback. They hand off the football on the first play and pick up 3 yards, stopped by Hunter Parsons. Jordan Fisher has become that guy in the backfield at running back because Carter Vargas out for the season.
Yeah, and Coach Plow told us because of that, Fisher's going to carry the ball 25 to 30 times. He said, told him, get ready because we're going to ride you.
They'll spread it out here. Jordan Fisher all the way will be at the bottom of your screen, lined out. Pinnock set to work, tosses over the middle and flag out.
Yeah, I saw the center judge was blowing his whistle trying to end the play. Couldn't get his flag out of his belt.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And it's Zaire Collier, the center. Rini, one of the keys for UC Davis was that they had to handle this environment and the crowd.
When the environment, the loud weather, you know, weather or loud crowd, the weather's not an issue at all. It's beautiful tonight, but we had one snap infraction for Montana State, so one for UC Davis. Both centers getting them out early.
Second and 12, trying to get to their own 30. Pinnock pulls it, fires over the top, and Samuel Batu Jr. with the grab for the first down. They have to get him the football.
And what a throw by Caden Pinnock, just on time, in rhythm. He can spin it, and you love it that he got it to his big receiver in rhythm.
Now they go ground game with Fisher, picks up maybe a yard on the play.
If you haven't seen UC Davis this year, they will go with tempo. They will go quick at times, very quick.
They told us they're not going to be afraid to change that tempo tonight and use it as their advantage. Pinnock with the toss up top to his tight end, Ian Simpson, who has become more of a weapon as of late. Picks up 2 more yards on the plate. Bryce Grebe with the stop at third down coming.
And it's a nice weapon to have Ian Simpson coming on. But this is where you want him if you're Montana State. Third and long, we'll see. Sean Howe decides to dial up some pressure, try to get to the young quarterback.
UC Davis's defense got a stop. Can Montana State's get a stop on the opening drive? Pinnock having to rush up. Remember, the headset cuts off at 15 on the play clock. Pass batted away, incomplete. Zach Cruz got after it.
And you saw the young quarterback saw they were in man-to-man, changed the play at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to go tunnel screen, and Cruz, excellent job to get his hands up there. It is basketball season. It's fitting that pass was rejected, and a good stop by Montana State.
Now, we mentioned Taco Dowler as a receiving weapon. UC Davis was also extremely concerned about him in the return game. He is back to return this punt.
And they said they weren't going to punt to him, so we'll see.
Dowler does call for the fair catch. So no damage done there. Taco's got a punt return for a touchdown this season. That was against Northern Arizona. So both defenses coming up with stops on the first drive.
Yeah, I'd like, you know, they both have to eat, both offenses. Defenses always have the advantage in a game like this to start into the beginning of the game.
We welcome those of you joining us on ESPN2 here in Bozeman, Montana. Both teams have come out. They've had their opening drives. No points happening in this ranked matchup with Big Sky Conference Championship implications on the line. Montana State about to get the ball for the second time. We'll step aside and be back to Bozeman in just a moment.
Yellowstone Traditions for their impressive accomplishments. Make sure to get your 50-50 ticket presented by Chicago Title. The 50-50 winner is announced in the fourth quarter and sent via notification through the Montana State Athletics app. Last game's pot was $14,321. Please help us in welcoming the MSU American Indian Council. The AIC assists students in their adjustment to promote academic success through the use of...
Brought to you by Brooks, and we've already seen Taco Dowler and what he can do. Why is he such a weapon?
He's just really good in the slot. He knows how to run routes. He's quick. He can make plays. And then, you know, Paul Brott, Mr. Montana State, we're going to call his name out a bunch tonight. And then for UC Davis, Jordan Fisher and Jacob Syke, 2 outstanding players as well.
Courtney Lyle and Rini Angolia with you from Bozeman, a ranked matchup with Big Sky Conference Championship implications. Justin Lamson is the quarterback for Montana State, transferred in from Syracuse. What do you like about him?
Well, he can run, but he doesn't look to run first, which I like. He keeps his head down. He tries to throw the ball first, which he should, but then he can make plays with his feet and extend plays as well. Fits into this offense nicely.
Rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown in 5 straight games. He was a Wildcat quarterback during his time at Stanford. He's going to run this one and get a couple of yards on the play before Jacob Syke, another one of our impact players, makes the stop.
Yeah, the transfer from Harvard, very smart, but he's very good and very physical at defensive line spot.
Adam Jones now in the backfield with Justin Lamson. They'll rotate him and Julius Davis. That's the 1-2 punch. at running back for Montana State. A team that has put up over 50 points the last 2 weeks. They've won 8 games in a row. Lamson lets it fly, and the pass low in the area of Ryan King.
And the offense early for Montana State, just a little out of rhythm, right? Lamson with his receivers can't really get that movement with the offensive line, but credit UC Davis, obviously a very good team, and talked about it in the open. I mean, the winner of this game is set up to potentially win the Big Sky in the last week of the season next week.
UC Davis's defense gets its second stop of the night, and Colby Froker comes out to punt once again for Montana State with Kalani Riddick back. Bounces inside the 30. And UC Davis will get its second chance on offense when we come back to Bozeman here in the first quarter.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
That's Justin Jessup, the equipment manager here at Montana State, and that special logo on the helmet is for a very good reason. It's Native American Heritage Night, and we were coming up to the booth tonight, Rini, and we met Leo Davis, who is the radio analyst for Montana State. You see him there, and he is so proud of this night, his Native American heritage. He's one of 5 kids. They all played sports at Montana State. He could not be more excited about this night.
It was great talking to him, getting to meet him. Yeah, former player here at Montana State, and just so excited about tonight.
So second time UC Davis has the football. Caden Pinnock is their redshirt freshman quarterback. And Caden Dowler meets him. What do you like about this UC Davis offense?
Yeah, the tempo, of course, they can go fast, which puts stress on a defense, but they have weapons as well. Now, they're a little banged up this year, but they've just next man up mentality, and Caden Pinnock, the young quarterback, is getting better with each and every game.
He's a California native playing for UC Davis, and Jordan Fisher just ran into a wall. They used to have a 1-2 punch, but Carter Vargas is out for the season, so now it's on Jordan Fisher's shoulders.
And Coach Plow said 25, 30 carries, we're gonna give it to him because he's our best back and there's really no one else. So it's gonna be a long night, and really what I'm gonna watch early on in this game is the trenches, right? The offensive line of UC Davis versus a very good defensive front from Montana State.
Fisher gains a yard on the play. Third down coming up. Cole Taylor with a stop, and Tim Plow, the head coach, he's also the play caller.
Yes.
He also played quarterback at UC Davis.
And he said the fact that he played quarterback, it helps when he's developing quarterbacks like a young Caden Pinnock. But not a spot you want your young quarterback in on the road, 3rd and 9 here.
Pinnock running up to the line. Remember, the helmet shuts off at 15. Pinnock pressure in his face. Stacy Dobbins makes the grab, gets the first down across midfield and more. Spinning out inside the 35.
And this is the chess match I was talking about earlier. Caden Pinnock's very smart. He changes this play. Montana State's in man-to-man coverage, okay? He knows the blitz is coming. He calls a tunnel screen. He knows if he can complete it and then get their blocks and pick one guy off, it's going to be a big chunk gainer, and it was.
30-yard pickup. First time on the Montana State side of the field for the Aggies. He'll change things around again. Remember, this is a redshirt freshman quarterback. Pulls it from Fisher. Pinnock looking for the edge. Still a nice gain inside the 30.
Talk about 3rd down efficiency, right? Everyone wants to talk about it. It's really first down. How well do you get on first down to stay ahead of the chains, especially with an offensive play caller like Tim Plow? He scripts his first 12 plays. As long as he stays on schedule, he'll stay with those plays.
They've had success on the road this season, 3-0 in Big Sky road games. They'll switch the running back now to Kai Asia. Pinnock over the top. Ian Simpson to the tight end.
We've called Ian Simpson's name a couple times tonight. The coach just told us within the last 4 or 5 weeks, he's really come on strong. He goes right down the middle of the field, down the hash. No one's there. Pinnock finds him, a little half roll to the right. You love it. And you see the big tight end just go down the field. Montana State in a zone that time. No one's there. Bryce Grebe, the linebacker, turns, but by the time he tries to catch him, Simpson is in the end zone.
Hunter Ridley's PAT is up and good, and Ian Simpson, who had his first touchdown of the season last week, follows it up with another one.
Yeah, always nice when you can get a tight end that's big in size, and it can also stretch the field like Ian Simpson.
UC Davis, the first to strike. They lead at 7-0 on the road in Bozeman.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
Montana State is led by Brent Vegan in his 5th season. He's got the 2nd most wins in program history. Also took them to 2 national championship appearances, including in last year's FCS National Championship.
Tremendous coach. Talked to him yesterday. He told us how important college football is in this state. I mean, he has over 40 players from Montana on his roster, and you look at this sellout crowd tonight. This team's very well supported.
Montana State getting the football back. And how about that return almost to midfield for Jabez Woods? Montana State is going to have excellent field position. Let's get you in the studio with Kevin Connors. So Jabez Woods just with a 48-yard kickoff return. Justin Lansom and company in great position. Julius Davis bouncing around the outside. Steps out just shy of the 30. He's got the first down and more.
You know, Julius Davis is a 210-pound back that will square his shoulders and run between the tackles, but he's got speed. He pressed the hole nicely there, bounces it to the right side, and shows you his quickness.
It's a 21-yard pickup. The response already good after Montana State gave up the first score of the ball game. Swinging it out into the flat, but the pass incomplete. Looking for Adam Jones, who is one of those running backs they feature.
And he's really good out of the backfield catching the ball. It looks like Lampson that time just kind of short-armed it a little bit. Seems like an easy pass, but it's a little tougher than you think. You got to get it to the back in stride there. And goes incomplete.
Second and 10 on the way for Montana State.
Previous play is under further review.
Yeah, so they're going to look to see if it was a lateral. I thought they might. I didn't see if there was a clear recovery afterwards, but we will with replay here.
So for the Big Sky, of course, it's done here at the stadium. John Antillion is our replay official with this Big Sky crew.
Let's watch court where Justin Lampson releases the ball. It's at the 37-yard line. You know, from that angle, you know, we're not straight down the line. I don't see anything that's clear and obvious. And it, again, there, you know, looks like 37 to a little bit in front of the 37. So, I mean, I think it was called incomplete on the field. I think it's going to be upheld. And now the other thing to watch is, do we have a clear recovery? Ball sitting there, sitting there, sitting there, and we don't.
Ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass. Second down.
Worth a look.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a look. But it just goes to show you, too, like if you're UC Davis or any defensive team, pick up every ball immediately. Don't let it sit on the ground because you never know when they're going to stop a play. Anything close, pick it up and recover it. As a matter of fact, run it back.
Yeah.
Let the referee stop the play.
2nd and 10 from the 31 on the UC Davis side of the field. Linson. Two guys dropping him, led by Jacob Syke. Jackson Severs also there. Syke, the transfer from Harvard, has been massive.
Well, Ty Richardson, number 3, comes from the corner blitz. Matt Coombs, the defensive coordinator, calls that. He doesn't make the play, but he forces Lampson out. Watch, left side of the screen, number 3 is going to flash right there, forces Lampson up. And then we talked about him, Jacob Syke. 13.5 TFLs this season already.
Chris Long with the catch inside the 30. Still 6 yards short of the line to gain with 4th down coming. Drew Cofield makes the tackle, a true freshman who's been the starter at corner.
But the pickup got him back into field goal range, right? So they didn't try to pick up the 1st down, just try to get what they can. Got some plus yardage and give their field goal kicker, Sandstead, a shot here.
So it was a 44-yard attempt for Miles Sandstead. His career long is 48. We saw him hit from 55 in warm-ups. And it's no good. Big stop for UC Davis's defense.
Yeah, snap was a little high. I thought the holder did a good job getting it down, but we saw some games today, and those high snaps kind of are off-putting for those kickers. It gets them out of sync, and he pulls it left.
Number 29 is wearing number 13 for UC Davis. Number 29 is wearing number 13.
UC Davis got a couple of explosives on their last drive. Threw the touchdown to the tight end, Ian Simpson, and now Caden Pinnock back to work for the Aggies. Leading on the road. Pinnock with pressure, tucks and runs. Steps out about a yard short of the line they needed. Already early in this game, Caden Pinnock doesn't look like a redshirt freshman.
No, and he's not anymore, right? Because he's, what, 10 games into his career? His quickness, impressed with his quickness. Keeps his head up, he's looking for a receiver down the field. It's not there, and he knows he can beat the linebacker with speed. And just like that, you look up, oh, it's a 9-yard pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 1, they put Simpson in motion. Jordan Fisher got the 1st down. You know, Caden Pinnock, one of my favorite stories was that before he graduated high school, he didn't live far away from UC Davis. He would take a 40-minute train ride in the mornings to sit in with the coaches and watch film, and that's how he helped learn the offense.
He's incredibly smart. He doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Holds onto the football, sheds 1 tackle, and turns it into a positive game of about 3. Talon Marsh with the pressure.
Well, Marsh had him. It looked like he was going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, possibly a sack. And it was Black as well. Zach Black just comes off him. And he's able to fight forward for some positive yards on 1st down.
Pinnock was in a quarterback battle in the fall with Grant Harper, and it was really close. Harper, a 6th-year guy. Pinnock ended up winning the job. Over the middle, Simpson had it. It was kind of behind him, though. Would have been a 1st down, incomplete. Caden Dowler on the coverage.
Yeah, you're right. It was a little behind him. One that Pinnock knows he's got to get that out in that front shoulder. But it's one, I guarantee you, Ian Simpson says, I know it's a little behind me. I got to catch this. Yeah, he's got to catch that. Wasn't in stride, but that's a ball he usually catches.
He already has a touchdown catch tonight. Davis 1 for 2 on 3rd down. Pinnock was looking for Batu, and it goes off the fingertips of Neil Daly.
what an outstanding play by 19, Neil Daly. He climbs the ladder to knock that down. If he doesn't, that's a big-time completion to Batu Jr. I mean, he goes up, and what a play, because that was going to be a big chunk play for UC Davis.
Neil Daly, a guy that was injured in the first half against Oregon, their very first game of the season, missed 5 games, and now has come back. Taco Dowler on the move and will let this one go. Again, their strategy for UC Davis was to keep the football away from Taco Dowler in the return game. Let's check in with the studio with Kevin.
And congratulations to Trevor Maddich, was inducted into BYU Hall of Fame last night. Yeoman's work, he's back working in Bristol tonight, so congratulations. Great offensive lineman, won a national championship at BYU, 10 years in the NFL. Congratulations, Trevor. Deserve it, buddy.
Very cool. Montana State going back to the ground game. They're looking for their first points tonight.
Just been out of sync early for what we're used to with Montana State. And they're looking really for kind of that chunk play. I think an offense like this, that gets them in rhythm, gets them excited a little bit, gets the juices flowing. So let's see if someone can step up for Montana State.
Their very first offensive play of the game, they went to Taco Dowler, but he's been quiet offensively since. That was 2 drives ago. Pass is caught, and Jabez Woods spinning out of a tackle across the 45. Dropped just short of the 50 by Jackson Sievers.
Well, Jabez Woods got the juices flowing. He had the 48-yard kick return earlier, and now here, just a slant in traffic. Watch the hand catch, love it. Break a tackle, a little spin, yards after the catch. Tremendous job by Jabez Woods.
He's a redshirt freshman out of Washington, just popped in spring practice, and they told us, was it real? Yes, it is real what he can do. That pass incomplete, maybe looking for Adam Jones, a little dangerous.
He was looking to check it down, and he just got a little happy feet in the pocket. The pocket was kind of collapsing on him, but he had time. You got to take that deep breath and just find your check down back, because again, you don't want to be behind the chains. You go incomplete on first down. It's a chance to pick up 4 or 5 yards, and then of course, Adam Jones, you never know with his athleticism what he does with a check down.
Justin Lamson was a Wildcat quarterback at Stanford. How do you feel about his throwing?
Well, right now it just seems like he's not really in rhythm, although the slant to Woods was nice.
How about that throw to Taco? Taco Dowler there when you need him inside the 15.
And right on cue, you asked me, that's a throw right there by Justin Lamson. Feet were set, and he spins it right in there. Absolute BB to Taco Dowler. I mean, clears the defenders, puts it right on him, and lets him run after the catch. That's a beautiful throw.
It's a 36-yard pickup. Jones gets the call. Trying to bulldoze his way forward, marked at the 10, picks up 4. It's a Montana State offense that, as the season has gone on, more and more weapons have emerged. Taco Dowler is one, Julius Davis, Adam Jones. This should take us down to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout on the field.
So Montana State in the red zone, second down on the way for the Bobcats. They're trailing early in this game. This game very important when it comes to the Big Sky Championship implications for both of the teams you're watching, Montana State and UC Davis.
Montana won today. Obviously, next week's Brawl the Wild. So if Montana State can win tonight, that's a rivalry game for the Big Sky Championship. And if UC Davis can win tonight, then you become a Montana State fan and root for them so they can get a share of the title. So a lot going down to the wire in the Big Sky.
Julius Davis tried to hurdle a guy, instead got brought down inside the 5 as Montana State trying to attack in the red zone here.
Yeah, it was Cole Batson that he tried to hurdle, and it's funny because when the hurdle doesn't work, it always ends up becoming a karate kick to the defender's face. But good job by Batson to stay in there and make that tackle.
A little pushing and shoving after the play.
You know, you get kicked in the face, you're not really happy about it.
It's a big game. First and goal for Justin Lamson and the Montana State offense.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm curious, like the running back I thought actually kind of kneed the defender in the head. I don't know, this was a weird play. I would love to know what replay's looking at here, but some stuff going on there. Let's take a look at it here. And it's Julius Davis, inside zone, leaves his feet. Yeah, I don't see anything.
I'm not sure what they're looking for.
Yeah, I don't see anything malicious or.
Oh, so apparently the ball came out from Julius Davis. Looking for the spot, maybe?
Yeah, but the ball.
But his arm's
yeah,
down.
his elbow hit. That's not a fumble. So yeah, that's got to be what. It's the only thing they could possibly be looking at if there was a fumble on the play. Comes down, ball's in his left hand, and remember, anything other than the hand and foot when it hits, you're down. So a wrist, a forearm, an elbow. So clearly to me, there was no fumble there, but that's obviously the only thing they could be looking at.
They've got the ball spotted right now on the 3-yard line. So he's down right there,
Yeah,
right?
as soon as he's down by contact. Yep, as soon as that forearm hit. Not to mention he recovered it. But it wasn't a fumble. So
Yeah.
thought maybe they were looking for like targeting on the running back for like the knee to the head. I'm being a little facetious there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's plain as day. He had the ball. His forearm hits, comes loose. Ground can't cause a fumble. We've all heard that. He's down. But when you watch the play through, he recovers it anyway. So let's get the official description here of what's happening.
Ruling on the field is upheld after review. Fumbled and recovered by the offense. First down.
So they do say it was a fumble, but he did recover it.
So we call that a moot point.
Well, first and goal on the way from the 3.
In 4 minutes of our life taken away. But here we go.
Montana State's trying to get some momentum back
Yeah.
because it's been UC Davis who has been off to the better start
No
of the
doubt.
football
And
game.
you can see on the sideline they are excited, ready to go.
Adam Jones in the backfield with Lamson. Lamson up the middle, spun into the end zone for a touchdown. Ninth rushing touchdown of the season for their quarterback.
And Lamson's a good size, 210, 215-pound running back. Looks like he might get stopped at the 1, but he powers through. As you said, the tackler kind of spins him in, but it does a good job lunging in at the end, knowing where that goal line is to get in for the score. And the answer by Montana State.
Miles Sansed on for the point after. Up and good, and we got a tie ball game.
And that's what good teams do, Courtney. You got to answer. UC Davis had all the momentum early. Montana State comes back. We're tied at 7 in Bozeman.
Montana State ties it with a QB keeper, and UC Davis about to be back on offense. Tim Plow in his second season as the head coach at his alma mater. It's actually his third different stint as a coach at UC Davis. And before the mustache, Rini, take you back to his playing days, he was a quarterback for the Aggies.
An outstanding quarterback here his entire career, senior year, tremendous year. And just that's where he learned, right? That he knew he wanted to be a coach, and it's paid dividends, and now he's running this program. And talking to someone today, and they believe Tim Plow is the right man at UC Davis to finally break through and win a national championship.
And in the first quarter, they were the first ones to strike in this game.
Yeah, they look good early. Caden Pinnock, especially a little tunnel screen there to Stacy Dobbins. Big play. And then a little half roll, and you got Ian Simpson, the big tight end, kind of going down the seam. Getting behind the defense, and a good throw by Pinnock.
And their goal at UC Davis, they want to develop players, just like Tim Plow was developed as a player himself when he was an Aggie. That's exactly the plan they have for Caden Pinnock, the redshirt freshman. So far, so good. Pinnock with the handoff to Jordan Fisher. Mobbed, but still picks up 4 on the carry.
That offensive line for UC Davis, it's a physical group. It's a really good matchup tonight. First, Paul Broad, Alec Eckert up there for Montana State.
And a good sign, too, 79, the right tackle, to see Ernesto Nava, who's battled some injury, got healthy last week, but then hurt in last week's game, and he was a day-to-day kind of game-time decision. He's out there at right tackle. Second down, they go back to Jordan Fisher, plowing forward for the first down.
You know, when Coach said, you know, Fisher's going to carry the ball 25, 30 times, I mean, he's 180 pounds. He's not like a 225-pound back. He's 5'8", 180. But he's tough as nails, and he'll run between the tackles like he did right there.
They go empty backfield now. Over the middle, that pass is caught at about the 43-yard line. And it was Samuel Batu Jr. with the catch. Stopped by Xavier Ahrens.
Yeah, and Ahrens got there early. I thought contact, but it shows you the strength of Batu Jr. to make that catch.
Fisher's turn, he's got room. First down, Jordan Fisher. Rainey, as a running back, what does it take to handle that load of 25 to 30 carries
Well,
a game?
it's just an attitude. You got to be tough, number one. You got to be in really good shape. And there's no running back that's ever going to say, Coach, I don't want to carry it a lot of times. Like, got to have the will.
Pinnock avoids being sacked. Stacy Dobbins with the grab. What a scramble by Caden Pinnock. They pick up 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have him for a sack. Look at the strength of Caden Pinnock. Right here, he's in the grass. You look like he's down. Zach Cruz had him. And then Neil Daly finishes it off, but he still completes the pass.
Pinnock just slips. Neil Daly with the pressure on Pinnock.
Yeah, because Pinnock turned the corner there. He was going to pick that first down up, but definitely lost his footing. You see him point to his chest saying, it's not me, but it's a third and manageable here. And this is the place in the field where Tim Plow, you got 2 downs here to pick this up, Court.
They're 1 for 3 on third down tonight. Shuffle things around. And Tim Plow is desperately trying to get a timeout. He will.
Timeout, UC Davis, the first of the half. Timeout on the field.
3rd and 3 coming up for the Aggies. Kick off your NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. They'll have all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and get you ready to go. And this week on Monday Night Football, Dak and the Cowboys take on Ashton Genty and the Raiders at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app. Peyton and Eli will be over on ESPN2. Coverage will kick off with NFL Live at 3 p.m. in Las Vegas with the Monday Night Countdown Crew at 6 p.m. Got a pretty impressive cup snake.
And you got to be
Is that what you call
careful
that?
because they're chucking cups like crazy. You get hit in the head, you got to be careful. It's dangerous.
Look, a night game in the big sky, anything
I love
can
it.
happen.
Yeah, I love it though.
3rd and 3 on the way here for UC Davis. They led 7-0 to start this game. Caden Pennick gonna tuck it. No. Gonna try to throw it out the last second to Jordan Fisher, incomplete, but you think it's 4-down territory?
I do, and we'll see right now, but that was a pure RPO where Pennick had the opportunity to run it or pass it. Yeah, they're gonna go. You're in that tweener land here. You're not gonna punt this here. It's too long for a field goal.
For Tim Plow, it is all feel. They don't use the analytics book. He told us, I grew up watching football. I know what to do.
But I'm surprised he didn't run it on 3rd down and more of a traditional run. Well, here we go.
Pennick dropping way back, keeping his eyes downfield, and he's just going to run to convert. Steps right over the line. 6th time they've converted on 4th down this season.
And Kenneth Ide, number 11 from Montana State, is going to come from the backside, and he's coming with speed, and it's almost like Caden Pennick just felt him. Like, slowed down and said, I can get there, gets the hit by Neil Daly, but by that time picked up the first down. I love the poise of young Caden Pennick.
I was about to ask you, how do you like his decision-making so far?
Excellent. You know, situational awareness, not panicking, knows what he can do with his feet, and he's making plays.
Batu in motion. He gets the football. Sam Batu Jr. diving over the 35-yard line to the 34 is where they mark him.
You know, with the injuries they've had at running back, it wouldn't surprise me if they actually lined up Samuel Batu Jr. in the backfield to carry the ball. He's that explosive, but of course, getting them to him on jet sweeps is pretty good as well.
Their number 1 goal on offense is to get Samuel Batu Jr. the football, number 8 in white. A guy that didn't start playing football until high school. He was a soccer player. Pennick so smart, dives forward though to get the 1st down.
You know, I'll sound like a broken record as I say this all the time, but have situational awareness. He knew where he needed to get to that 1st down, goes head first, doesn't slide, head first so that ball can get there, and he picks up the 1st down. I mean, he's dangerous. You have to keep him in the pocket because he will hurt you with his scrambling ability.
And if he had made the decision to slide there, it's where you start your slide, right?
Right where you initially started, so it would have been 2 yards back. So, and how many times we see quarterbacks do that and don't get a 1st down because of it?
3 wide receivers on the near side. This will be the 11th play of the drive for Davis. Looking for Mitchell Dixon, the tight end, incomplete.
And Mitchell Dixon is like the overall leader of this team. By voice and play, he's a veteran, and boy, they had him for a touchdown if it wasn't tipped.
Yeah, Xavier Aarons with the tip on that pass.
So early, we're seeing utilization of the tight ends by UC Davis, sliding them out. Montana State not really an answer for him yet.
Reedy, that's already our 4th tipped pass tonight.
Well, it is, again, basketball season, so.
Pennick checks it down to Jordan Fisher, dropped it. He had just come back in the game. They gave him a couple of blows because Kaiasia was in.
And it was a good play. I mean, Batu Jr. was out there blocking very well. They had it blocked nicely. Just got to make the play. Got to make the catch and you got to go.
1 for 4 on 3rd down. We'll motion Fisher out. Batu. Well short, stopped by Neil Daly. And Hunter Rendley is trotting on to attempt the field goal.
Yeah, really good tackle by Neil Daly, because how many times do we see Batu Jr. make a catch like that, break that tackle, turn it up, and pick up a 1st down? So a really nice tackle by Daly.
For 14 on the season is Hunter Ridley. It's no good from 41.
And that hurts. You have a drive with that many plays, and you come up empty. That's a win for Montana State. On that right hash, needed to just get a little more draw on that ball. Just stays out right, a little bit of a push, and it misses.
We've seen both teams miss field goals tonight. This game not just important in the conference championship race, but also in the playoffs. Do you feel like both of these teams are playoff teams?
Yeah, I mean, Montana State's in 100%. I believe UC Davidson, if you didn't know, their first game of the year, week 0, was a no contest with Mercer.
Julius Davis, there's a flag out. Davis still on the move into UC Davis territory. We'll see what the penalty is, though. The flag's around the 25-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 19 on the other end of the field.
They're going to call a hold on the big tight end, 89, Rocky Linchoni. He knew right away, too, because the flag came down to his feet. And that's going to negate a big-time run by Julian Davis.
Would have been 56 yards.
Holding. Offense number 89. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Right side of the screen right there, 89. Yep, and you know, when that defender starts to try to break away from you and you turn and you tug just enough, the line judge is looking right at that. So it's not a ton, but it's enough to get the holding call.
Wipes off a 56-yard gain. Lamson tosses it out to Taco Dowler, who drops it.
And penalties like that obviously hurt. Forget the fact that you had a 56-yarder. It hurts because of that, but just setting you back and just taking you off a rhythm. This is a Montana State offense that needs to get in that rhythm. When they do, they're very productive.
Well, now it's 2nd and 20. Taco inside the 25, forced out by Kalani Riddick.
Good run by Taco Dollar. Gets him back to a manageable 3rd down. Little inside handoff on a jet sweep. Good blocking on the perimeter. Be careful there that Adam Jones, 23, doesn't get called for a hold. He had his arm behind the back of the defender. Doesn't get called, but you get a more manageable 3rd down here, 3rd and 6.
Jones is in the backfield with Lamson. Taco Dowler lined up in the slot. Lamson tries to stick the ball out, and I think he's short. Sam Goligowski in pursuit.
You know, I thought he was going to be able to run around the linebacker Goligowski, but Goligowski, good speed, gets there, puts the hit on him, and prevents Lamson from getting this 1st down.
Colby Froker on to punt, with Kalani Riddick back to receive for UC Davis, as their defense is keeping this Bobcat crew out of sorts. And that penalty, of course, just a killer. UC Davis will try to retake the lead when we come back to Bozeman. College football playoff rankings brought to you by Goodyear, and of course the new rankings will come out on Tuesday.
So take South Florida out. They'll be JMU in that spot when the new rankings come out. Take Texas out. Oklahoma will be in there with the win. Alabama won't drop out. I mean, really, that win, Oklahoma on the road in Tuscaloosa, actually helps the SEC, I think, overall as a conference. They're probably going to get 5 teams in.
It's crazy. And when you come to Group of 5, James Madison got a 58-10 win over App State today.
And we called JMU earlier this year, Court. We know how good they are. I don't think anyone's going to slow them down in the Sun Belt, where the American, they're kind of all eating each other at the top of the conference.
Got a double pass. incomplete. It was Traynor Cleland, like true freshman quarterback coming in.
And Caden Dollar, 5, the safety, top of the string. He's not fooled at all. He comes up, he sees it, turns and runs, turns the hips the other way. He's a dynamic athlete back there. You know, he struggled with injuries his entire career. He's having a really nice season this year, and he deserves it. He's a leader, and oh, by the way, he's the green dot. He listened to that coach-to-player communication, barking out the orders there.
Last drive for UC Davis, 12 plays, but a missed field goal, didn't get any points, and now they're gonna have to burn a timeout.
Timeout, UC Davis, the second and a half. 30-second timeout.
They've now burned 2 timeouts, Court, and we talked about points of emphasis, win the environment. Some of that was the crowd noise, and I think it is affecting them a little bit there, the fact they've burned 2 timeouts already.
Overall, this UC Davis team, it came out, and one of the points of emphasis was to control the environment. They've looked pretty solid, and Caden Pennick, their redshirt freshman quarterback, has looked fairly comfortable.
He's looked tremendous, and Tim Plow said, pack your run. I love it. Pack your run game. And what does he mean by that? We need 2 yards of push that offensive line for our running backs.
2nd and 10 on the way. Pennick over the top, looking for Batu, incomplete.
Carson Williams was in there on coverage. I don't know if he got a hand on it or not, but it goes incomplete. Good tight coverage. We talked about the targets for Batu Jr., and they're going for him a lot tonight, and rightfully so.
And Montana State's defense knows it. Batu already has 4 catches, 3rd down. Pennick hit from behind, the ball comes out. Montana State falling on it. Zach Cruz sacked Pennick. There is a flag down.
And that's their cheetah package, where they have 4 defensive ends in it, defensive line rushing.
Pennick was sacked, the ball came out. It looked like Montana State fell on it.
See Brent Vegan there, very inquisitive to what's going on after his defense just made a really nice play.
Rolling on the field is the fumble out of bounds. Possession goes to UC Davis. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 36. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
And then Zach Cruz, we'll get a look at it. Talked about the cheetah package. Got 4 defensive ends in there with speed rushes. He's going to get the sack from behind, the strip sack. Let's keep an eye on him right there. Yeah, that's not a good call. I mean, it's an acting job by Caden Pennick. I get it. He's just standing up and bumps into him, and that's a huge play because even though the ball goes out of bounds, they're going to be punting there. So I don't like that call. Sorry.
Instead, they've got first down at their own 35-yard line.
And I don't blame Caden Pennick for falling over, right, in front of the referee. And he sold it. The ref bought it. And it's an unfortunate penalty, but it keeps the drive alive.
Can UC Davis capitalize on that? Stacey Dobbins with the grab at the 40. Stopped by Jace McMillan.
But to your point, you got to take advantage of a break, right? When you're on the road, you get a call like that that goes your way, 15 yards, fresh set of downs. You got to make the team pay, especially when you're on the road trying to pull off an upset.
And UC Davis a couple of weeks ago lost to Idaho State. They were mad at themselves for that game. Bounced back nicely with a win at Idaho last week. Trying to get another road win at Montana State. Haven't beaten Montana State since 2006. Pinnock in way trouble. Tossed down by Kenneth Iden.
Well, Pinnock was running into Paul Brock, 41, and said, I'm not going to go that way, and he turns back and he runs right into number 11, Kenneth Iden. Talked about this defensive line being really good. Big time sack there.
A loss of 15. Back to the 25-yard line. They need to get to their own 45.
And this is where, if you're Montana State, you give them the underneath stuff. Come up and tackle. Nothing over the top.
Davis has only converted once on third down. Jordan Fisher stumbling forward to the 34. Still 11 yards short of what they need.
Well, and that's where Tim Plott just doesn't want to make a mistake, doesn't want to put his young quarterback in a bad situation, make a catastrophic error with an interception. Hand it off, get a few yards, punt this thing away. Your defense has been playing well tonight. Both defenses have been playing really good tonight.
Taco Dowler back for Montana State. UC Davis has kept punts away from him tonight. There's some movement.
Ian Simpson, the tight end.
False start. PPT number 0. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Dylan Morrow set to punt. Taco Dowler is going to take it. He's dangerous in the return game. Be eaten up here, but still across the 35-yard line. Not bad field position for Montana State to start. It's hard to believe, but a week from tomorrow is FCS Selection Sunday. 24 teams selected, and Ivy League joining this year. So there's 11 automatic qualifiers, including one from the Big Sky.
Yeah, one less at large this year. So yeah, it's fascinating. I love it. I'm glad the Ivy League finally decided, hey, we're gonna join and play. Good for those kids. But yeah, I love the FCS playoffs. 24 teams in total. It's a great month.
Coming up in the third quarter, Leon Costello, who is the athletic director for Montana State, he's going to join us because he is on that FCS playoff selection committee. So that's coming up in the third quarter. Here goes Adam Jones across midfield. He was grabbed from behind. Jaden Stanley making the tackle.
Yeah, so you heard the crowd yell. Looked like a horse collar.
Yeah.
They didn't come off. Now, you know, if you don't fall backwards, the officials usually don't call the flag. We'll see it here. It's on the breastplate. You know, he swung him down. I've seen that called before. So, I mean, these fans probably are not happy with his officiating crew. Of course, the Big Sky crew. Usually, if you don't come backwards, they wave it off.
It's an 18-yard pickup. Lamson firing near side to Taco Dowler. First down, hit hard and pops up anyway.
And I think the corner, Ty Richardson, actually fell down. He's able to get back up, but good throw by Lamson to put it right in there. Dollar knew he was going to get hit by Richardson, but still hangs on.
A 16-yard pickup.
And that's the rhythm we talked about, right? Nice run, good chunk play in the air.
Little trickery from Montana State. No catch.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Jackson Severs all over it.
Yeah, Severs, outstanding job to stay in the hip pocket of the tight end. Cowboy hat in the way, but we're good as Severs gets those arms up and rips away the football.
Very Montana.
Yeah, very Montana, yes. We just need a bowl coming out next. Okay.
Excuse us, sir. Your hat's a little bit.
I should probably get a cowboy hat before I go back to
Absolutely,
Florida, right?
You should.
Some boots, maybe?
Lamson on the move, just runs right at a guy. And then a little scuffle with Jaden Stanley and Justin Lamson. I mean, Rini, he didn't shy away from contact.
No,
Went at him.
you love it, but you also love Jaden Stanley. Nickel, he's a leader of the team, one of the best tacklers on the team, and Lamson says, I'm gonna try to run you over. Now, Stanley doesn't get run over, and it's just a good, hard football play. I love it, and I love how he tapped him on the head. It's just a good, hard play.
5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
But apparently there was a flag we missed. We were so excited about that football play.
2 minutes, 15 seconds.
So it's for naught.
2 minutes, 15 seconds on the game clock, please. Thank you.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield. Can only have 4. If you're wondering at home.
That backs him up to the 33-yard line. Talking to Justin Lamson this week, he told us, you know, one of his earliest memories was tackling drills with his dad and brother out in the yard.
The 2-minute timeout.
Comes from a football family, not shying away from contact, and the home crowd not liking the call. Second down on the way, 2 minutes to go until the half here in Bozeman. Kevin, we got beer snakes, we got cowboy hats blocking replays, all kinds of things.
That beer snake's pretty impressive, though. I know the comeback was good, too. That's excellent.
Montana State driving now. They have yet to lead in this ball game. Started down 7-0 after the first quarter. Third down on the way for the Bobcats. Looking for their first third down conversion tonight. Lamson throws it out to Taco Dowler. Really close to the marker. Yeah, I think he got it.
Yeah, got the spot right at the marker. Good job by Lamson. Looked like he wanted to run it, then out of his periphery, saw he had Dowler out in that left flat, puts it on him, and he's able to get upfield, pick up the first down. Nice third down conversion there.
That's the 4th catch of the night for Taco Dowler. Montana State now using both running backs in the backfield on either side of Lamson. Chris Long with the grab, trying to leap into the end zone. You bet he did. Touchdown, Montana State, their first lead. And the first touchdown of the season for Chris Long.
Now we'll get a look at it after the kick. Runs a little stick route. Good job by Lamson to put it right on him, and then another leap. This one worked out a little better. It gets it in the end zone.
Sandstead on for the PAT. Bobcats in front.
That was a nice drive. Good mixture of run and pass. Good job by Lamson. Spread the ball around. It was multiple weapons. Chris Long finishes it off. Right side of the screen. And a little stick route. Watch Lamson spin it in there right between the defenders. Puts it on his inside shoulder where Chris Long can make that catch, turn upfield, and then show you his athleticism as he gets it into the end zone.
Now on that drive, Justin Lamson, 4 for 5, 50 yards. And a touchdown.
Yeah, really impressive.
And the streak continues. 6 straight games with a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown for Justin Lamson.
See it, longest streak by a Big Sky player in the last 30 years. Pretty impressive because, to me, the Big Sky is the class of FCS, top to bottom. I believe it's the best conference in FCS football.
UC Davis will let this one go into the end zone. Well, here's the Taco Bell Live Mas student section. Only one student section can claim the title of Live Mas Student Section of the Year. Who will take home the trophy this year?
The big styrofoam cowboy hat, that's probably more my speed. Should probably get one of those.
That fits your personality,
Yeah.
I think.
Should get me one next time. Yeah.
They've been tailgating. They've always got great crowds here at Montana State.
Phenomenal atmosphere. And a beautiful, it was like 58 degrees today. It was like
It was perfect.
unreal weather.
They've sold out 31 consecutive regular season games, looking for a 32nd tonight. All right, UC Davis trying to respond. They trail for the first time. Pinnock hands it off to Jordan Fisher. Picks up 3 on the carry. Zach Cruz with the tackle.
Remember, earlier in the first half, UC Davis had to burn 2 timeouts. So now they're going 2 minutes here trying to get some points with only 1 timeout in their back pocket. Remember, under 2 minutes, it goes back to old timing rules. Clock will stop after a first down to reset the chains. And if you get out of bounds, it will not start until the snap.
And UC Davis will get the football to start the third quarter.
So obviously looking for a 2-for-1, get a score right before halftime, and then come out and get another score in the third quarter.
Sends Batu in motion. Pinnock pulls it. Nice pickup, still needs about 1 more yard to move the chains. McMillan with the stop. Clock ticks.
And obviously UC Davis would love to get some points here, but I think Tim Plow's thinking, worst case scenario, we're going to the locker room, down a score, on the road, against a third-ranked team in the nation. It's not a bad spot to be.
Design run for Pinnock. He's got the first down. Clock pauses at 15.
And he's not going to call a timeout. So again, he's content with just going in the locker room, down a score, not trying to throw it there, make a catastrophic error where you really give Montana State a ton of momentum, and we'll have a good ball game here in the second half.
Montana State is able to take its first lead of the ball game just before half. In the locker room, they go with the lead. It's 14-7 Montana State. Let's get you back to Kevin in the studio.
All right, Bobcats, the rivalry is here. Cat Grizz Week is on, and so is the fight to can the Grizz. Cat Grizz season 3.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. Getting set for the start of the third quarter here in Bozeman, a ranked matchup between UC Davis and Montana State. And the Bobcats grab their first lead of the game just before the half. UC Davis will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it was really an evenly played first half. Obviously, Montana State has the lead. You look at the numbers there. 2 for 8 on third down. Davis liked to be a little better than. Remember, they had that long drive in that first half. A lot of plays, chewed up a lot of time and got no points from it. That's really been the difference in the half.
They did come out of this game, and Davis looked very comfortable, even on the road, in front of a very big crowd tonight. Let's take a look. Well, the Montana State Bobcats, something that we're watching in the third quarter is they've outscored opponents 90-0 in the third quarter in the last 9 games. Zach Jones running this out for UC Davis. All right, now we'll give you the scoring highlights from the first half.
Take the reverse there, by the way. They weren't fooled. Get the scoring started. Pinnock to the big tight end, Ian Simpson, and UC Davis look good early. Justin Lamson, Montana State answer. And then Lamson to Chris Long with a little stick route, and then the athleticism from Chris Long up and over at the goal line. Has us at 14-7.
And now the redshirt freshman Caden Pinnock back with his offense. for UC Davis to start this third quarter. Paul Brott with the stop, wearing that legacy number 41. Montana, the 41st state. What do you think about Caden Pennick in the first half?
I was impressed with him. Made some good throws, made some plays with his feet. Again, just a redshirt freshman. Picked up some first downs, handled himself quite well.
UC Davis hasn't beaten Montana State since 2006. In fact, that's their only win ever against this Montana State team. Jordan Fisher gets the call. His workload has increased the last few weeks with the loss of Carter Vargas. Needed, stopped by Neil Daly.
And Montana State has a ton of confidence in their secondary. Man-to-man coverage, they send a blitz. Pinnock checks it down to the back. Just they come up and make the tackle. Short of the yard line to gain. They'll force a punt and a good 3 and out. Start this second half for Montana State.
Dylan Marlowe will punt it to the dangerous Taco Dowler, who they've tried to keep the ball away from tonight. Dowler already has 95 all-purpose yards on 6 touches. So for Montana State, Justin Lamson is their quarterback. What got better towards the end of that first half?
Well, I think when he gets in a rhythm, clean pocket, he can really spin the ball well. And so when he had time and he wasn't under duress, he made the throws. Got a little frantic at times when that pocket kind of closed in on him. And that's one of the things that UC Davis wanted to do, is get him off his spot, hit him, and get him uncomfortable.
Adam Jones is the running back. Taco Dowler in motion. Jones gets the call. Look at the hole. Monstrous. A first down and more. Tackled at midfield by Ty Richardson.
We talked about the middle of that offensive line. JT Reed, the center. Burke Mastel, left guard. Titan Fleischman, the right guard. And man, that, you could drive a truck through that hole. Adam Jones hits it and hits it hard.
16-yard pickup. Justin Lamson stops at Syracuse and Stanford before becoming a Bobcat here in Bozeman. Lamson throwing over the top, and it's caught by Ryland Schlepp, one of his tight ends. They use about 4 different tight ends.
And Schlepp is just kind of like posting up. Lamson puts it on him, and nice little pickup on first down as that blitz came, and Lamson was able to deliver the ball.
Pistol set, Adam Jones. Forcing his way through, really close, just a little bit shy of the marker they needed, but you already see the winning at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and much more of sense of urgency offensively for Montana State. There's no doubt that Brent Vegan said, let's get a stop on defense, let's get the ball, and let's go down, get a score, and go up by 2 scores, and just let's play Montana State football.
It's a Montana State team that the last 2 weeks, they've put up over 50 points. First time they've done that in back-to-back games since 2014. Julius Davis trying to juke a guy, falls forward to the 20. The ground game is here.
That was Ty Richardson. I thought Davis was going to give him a little something inside and hit it back out. Instead, he just kind of thought, let me try to go inside on him. Richardson makes the tackle, but nonetheless, another big chunk run for Montana State.
And a 23-yard pickup. Davis will stay in as the clock ticks. Julius Davis pounding inside the 15. Best looking drive so far for Montana State?
By far, and even like that handoff right there by Julius Davis, a little inside zone. Good vision just to swing it where he needs to, where that little crease was, and you think, oh, it's not much, but 3 or 4 on first down.
Second down to 6 or 7.
Now the Bobcats with both running backs in, Davis and Jones. Julius Davis with getting a block from Adam Jones.
I was talking to some people today, Court. One of the issues with UC Davis, is we've talked about in Chronicle, they've been beat up this year with injuries. And talking to Tim Plow, they only traveled 55 players. 55 players on their travel roster for a college team. It's pretty small. And that was one of the worries of this person I was talking to today, was the second half. Will Montana's depth just kind of lean on UC Davis. Now, we're early in the second half. We'll see. But right now, Montana State looks excellent this opening third quarter.
Got a defensive stop, and now on their best drive of the ball game so far, Lansum with the keeper, marked at the 10, short of the marker.
Now, that'll help you. Good job by the defensive front there for UC Davis. Good stop, and it's going to hold Montana State to a field goal attempt.
Miles Sandstead comes out. He has missed a field goal today. Both teams have missed field goals tonight.
But even if you give up 3 here for UC Davis, you were bending, but you didn't break. You didn't give up that touchdown.
This will be a 27-yard attempt for Sandstead. And it's up and good. Montana State adding to its lead. They strike first here in the third quarter. Would you want to drive a trash can, yes or no?
Yes, I mean, garbage day is Wednesday in Orlando, so Tuesday I bring the garbage out every night, 2 of those. I'd love to put a little motor on them, scoot down my driveway.
Montana State just got a 28-yard field goal. They've scored 17 straight points to hold on to this lead. They took their first lead of the game in the second quarter over this UC Davis team. A really important game when it comes to the Big Sky championship implications.
Yeah, for both teams. The Big Sky's going to go down to the last week, and you just love that for a conference, right? The conference champion will be settled the last week of the season.
Montana is up at the top right now. They're undefeated, but a win important for both of these teams tonight. Sacramento State got a win today, and that's who UC Davis is going to finish the season with next week.
So if Davis can pull the upset tonight, then they become Montana State fans next week to Brawl the Wild and hope they beat Sacramento State, then they would get a share of the Big Sky.
UC Davis had 112 yards in the first quarter. Since then, just 70. Caden Pennick over to Fisher. Spins across the 30. Stopped by Iden.
Yeah, these inside screens are dangerous. There's a lot of bodies, a lot of blue shirts around. The ball comes in. Good job by Fisher to secure it, get upfield. Nice pickup on first down.
Batu in motion. Pennick was looking towards Batu's way. He has to run instead. He's got the first down and still going. Steps out over the 45-yard line. There is a player down for Montana State, and it is Paul Brott, who is one of the leaders, one of the captains, and a Montana native.
Boy, you just hope he's okay. He's
Time out on the field for an injury.
hitting the turf, not happy.
He did not play in their last game, and the coach has told us he's such a tough guy. There was no way he wasn't going to play in this game. Both of his brothers played at Montana State.
And he's just a very physical player, vocal leader, playmaker. He's out there, he's given 100%. Looks like he's put a little more weight on it. That's a good sign.
And where's that 41? Montana is the 41st state. So starting back in 2016, they started awarding that number. It's very special to this team.
Yep.
There's him with his two brothers, Mitch and Wilson. We'll try to get an update on Paul Brott's status. Play action for Pennick, completes the pass up top to Sam Batu.
You know, because Brott was banged up there, we didn't even talk about that play. Caden Pennick looked dead to rights in the backfield, was able to scramble and pick up a first down again, making plays with his feet, and then comes back there and a nice first down throw.
Caden Pennick, the redshirt freshman, won the job, doesn't make the same mistake twice. And they talked about his work ethic too. You're seeing that pay off on the field. Fisher Hit it hard, first down.
Here's the other thing you have to understand about UC Davis's offense is Caden Pinnock, the redshirt freshman, we'll take a look at a little inside zone, good cut, square those shoulders by Jordan Fisher. Caden Pinnock, as the quarterback, calls out all the blocking schemes. That's unusual. Usually the offensive line does it. Caden Pinnock does it for UC Davis. And there's a lot of one-word calls where he can change plays because of the crowd noise tonight. A lot on that young man's shoulders.
Pinnock had some time, now flushed. Throws it towards a guy where nobody else could get it. Dak Jones was the only one in the area.
He had time. Give Montana State credit in the secondary, really good coverage, and then wisely Pinnock gets out of the pocket and just throws it away. Live for second down. A lot of times you see a young redshirt freshman quarterback try to force that down the field, throw an interception. Wisely throws it away.
Clock ticking down. Kayasiya here. Third down on the way as he stopped at the 37-yard line by Cole Taylor.
Yeah, Kayasiya's got to be the guy that steps up and gives a break to Jordan Fisher. He's staying in there now.
And Fisher already has 13 carries tonight. Pinnock over the top. It was really close to the line, about a yard short. Scott Nixon with the grab. Neil Daly with the tackle, and here comes fourth down.
Yeah, Nixon just ran that route a little short. Just got to know where you are on the field. Makes the catch, gets tackled. Just short.
UC Davis has converted once on fourth down tonight. They'll go for it for a second time. Pinnock lost the snap. It was low, able to scoop it up, and still converts the play anyway.
And this is how you know he's just wise beyond his age, because when a ball gets fumbled, how many times do guys just jump on it, right? He knows it's fourth down. He has to pick this ball up and try to get the first down, or else it's going back to Montana State no matter what. He has the presence of mind to scoop it up and then get around the right side and pick up that first down. Just tremendous.
Super smart play. They also said he's super competitive too, wants to do whatever it takes to win. Saw the pressure through to the feet of Ian Simpson.
Number 0 was in the area. The pass was legal. Second down.
Hunter Parsons with the QB pressure.
And Pinnock is keeping that Montana State defensive line on their toes tonight because he's hard to bring down.
And Sean Howell, the defensive coordinator for Montana State, he was watching Caden Pinnock week 1 and he thought, oh no, we're going to have to face him. 10th play of the drive. Batu Jr.'s got it. To the 26, Neil Daly on the tackle.
Yeah, Caden $5 comes up first. Forces him back, gets a little hit on him, and Daly finishes it off.
Throws a pick. Taken away by Caden Dowler. Across the 40, across midfield. Caden Dowler looking for the end zone. 82 yards.
Dare I say, Sports Center top 10. Caden Dollar talked about injuries in his career and finally healthy this year and just makes a tremendous play. Pinnock thought Ian Simpson, the tight end, was going to break in. He stayed out. Pinnock throws the ball. Dollar's right there, but it's the run after the interception that's so impressive as he takes it to the house.
Caden Dollar, you mentioned battling injuries. They challenged him to be a leader even when hurt. That's how much he means to this Montana State team. An 82-yard pick six. Well, believe it or not, the FCS selection show is a week from tomorrow, and the FCS selection committee has put out 2 top 10 releases. This is their most recent one back on November 5th, and you see what these teams have done since then. Both teams you're watching tonight, Montana State and UC Davis, with wins since that last reveal. And we're fortunate now to be joined by Leon Costello, who, yes, is the Montana State athletic director, but also serves on the FCS selection committee. What did you just think about that 82-yard pick six by Caden Dollar?
You know, got my heart going, but I get to calm down a little bit now. It's been an unbelievable game, but to go up 24-7 right now, it looks pretty good. Now we got to finish the deal.
All right, so I want you to take your Montana State hat off for a second. As a selection committee member, what does your preparation look like each week, and what conversations are you having with other committee members?
Yeah, you know, it's watching a lot of games, and you know, from a sports enthusiast as myself, being able to be on the committee is one thing, but being able to watch a lot of games and being really familiar with a lot of these teams has been the fun behind the scenes. And my kids watch me all the time. Like, we're watching a game on TV and we're watching games on computers. They're like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, we're getting to know teams. That's what we're doing.
Caden Pinnock and this UC Davis offense back to work after giving up that 82-yard pick six. Pinnock will run it.
So, Leon, I got to ask you, Big Sky, obviously one of the deepest conference, if not the deepest conference in the nation. When Big Sky teams come up, explain to people what you do and how you go about that, in particular Montana State.
Yeah, you know, they ask a lot of questions, and right now I'm able to answer all the questions, even if it's about Montana State. When you get to the committee room and we're there in Indianapolis, when it comes to bracketing, comes to seeding and selection, I don't get to talk about Montana State.
Pinnock looking to throw, got some pressure coming, lets it fly, looking for Simpson, his tight end, and flags everywhere. It was Bryce McGreevy who might be in trouble.
It's probably going to take him a couple seconds to call this. I'm going to ask you another question. UC Davis, week 0, and we'll pan out here when the referee's about to talk, but UC Davis, week 0, ended up being a no contest against a top 10 Mercer team that's already won their conference, so they're in the playoff. Tim Plow and I kind of agree with them. They were winning that game in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left and was considered a no contest. As far as I'm concerned, UC Davis is sitting at 8 wins.
Pass interference. Defense number 8. The penalties declined. The result of the play, first down, UC Davis.
They fly across country, essentially a game on the road as we take a look at this pass interference call. My question is, Leon, how does the committee consider that situation for UC Davis?
Yeah, you know, it's like you said, it's a no contest, but like everybody, we watched the game, like we all saw it, but obviously there's no record there, right? And that plays a role in it, but we got to not let that cloud our judgment. And if the rules say it's a no contest, it's a no contest.
Leon, thank you for your time. We're looking forward to a week from Sunday, Selection Sunday for FCS.
Crazy. Looking forward to it. Be my first time, but thank you for all your coverage of FCS football. It's going to be a heck of a tournament.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the game.
I'll be at the FCS Selection Show, and we always talk to the committee before we go on air, so looking forward to talking to you guys next week.
Be great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Got it.
Yep.
And the FCS Selection Show a week from tomorrow. Jordan Fisher back to work. He's got the first down. Forces himself inside the 25-yard line. They'll mark him at the 22 before Carson Williams forced him out.
And obviously this is the most important drive of the night for UC Davis. Got to get a touchdown here, get some momentum going back, and it looks good. Good run by Fisher. Talked about his durability. 5'8", 180, but he runs like he's 215.
Remember, last time about in this spot, UC Davis threw an 82-yard pick six. Pinnock's going to go. And right at the marker.
And it looks like there was confusion in the backfield, a little bit of a broken play. I think the push from the Montana State defensive line kind of blew that play up a little bit in the beginning there, a little miscommunication with Jordan Fisher, but Caden Pinnock, once again, makes a play with his feet and picks up the first down.
First and 10 to work with. Remember, Montana State has not given up any points in the third quarter since week 1 against Oregon. Batu in motion. Football was fumbled, some issues with the mesh point there, and Caden Pinnock was able to fall on it, but there is a flag on the far side of the field.
Legal formation. Offense, 5 players in the backfield. Penalties decline. Second down.
We've seen that a couple times tonight with illegal formation. You can only have 4. You could have less, but only 4. If you have 5, and then you see the drop snap, and obviously it's a lost play, so you'll just decline that penalty.
Yeah, that was a loss of 7 on the play. Second and long. Taking down the QB.
Zach Cruz got there first. Pinnock was able to get away from him, but not Kenneth Iden. And the defensive line of Montana State's done a nice job. The first guy not necessarily getting Pinnock down, but slowing him up enough where the teammates can get there and get the sack. And that was a big-time sack there for Montana State and Kenneth Iden.
They're at the 25. They've got to get to the 1. And it got it out quickly to Batu. At the 18, Carson Williams on the tackle. And here comes Hunter Ridley for the field goal.
And this is a big 3 because you're down 3 scores right now at 17 points. This gets you 14, gets you back to 2 scores. So obviously would have loved the touchdown, but you got to answer here with some points, and they're not going to get this off before the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter. Timeout on the field.
So, Rini, the trend continues. Montana State not giving up any points in the third quarter since the first game of the season. Bobcats up 24-7 with 1 quarter to go. Montana State has scored 24 straight points. UC Davis trying to stop that streak. As a field goal attempt on the way for Hunter Ridley. Caden Dowler had the big highlight of the third quarter and officially an 83-yard pick 6.
You don't want to cheat him out of the
No, absolutely not. This will be a 36-yard field goal for Hunter Ridley. Snuck it in. 24-10 here in the fourth quarter. UC Davis just got its first points of the second half, a 36-yard field goal, but Montana State up 24-10 here in Bozeman. Courtney Lyle and Rini Angolia with you. Both of these teams need a win tonight to stay in the running for the Big Sky Conference Championship, and also to help their playoff hopes. Montana State in, probably. UC Davis, another win would help. We're going to take a look back at the biggest play in the third quarter, and it came on defense for Montana State. And Caden Dowler, 83-yard pick 6.
And watch the run after the catch. Picks up some nice blocks. No blocks in the back, which is really nice to see on a return. He's able to make a couple guys miss. And to the house he goes.
Caden Dowler and his twin Taco Dowler, who plays on offense, didn't originally want to go play college ball together, but they came as high school students to the Gold Rush game, which is the home opener for Montana State their senior year, and they looked at each other and said, we can't go anywhere else. We have to come play at Montana State.
It is a special place. Talk about the sellouts every game, the tailgating, just the environment. But, you know, we toured their facilities. They got a brand new indoor facility, their weight room, coaches' offices. I mean, it's really top notch.
The Dowlers both key contributors on offense and defense for this Montana State team. Oh, that was Ty Richardson, almost had an interception.
Yeah, he almost caught that out of the air, and he would have walked in for a pick six and would have changed this game on a dime. Great athleticism. Almost came down with it.
Ty Richardson, a guy who was banged up for a few games, but healthy now, back in that starting lineup. Montana State 2 for 7 on third down. Taco Dowler in motion. Lamson trying to cut back inside. Spun down shy of the 35-yard line and well short of the yard they needed.
I mean, the big linebacker, Nate Ricchetta, number 8, 240 pounds. I mean, it looked like when Lamson started the run, he was going to be able to turn the corner and pick that first down up easy. But the big 240-pound linebacker ran him down and made the tackle. So excellent job by UC Davis. You get the field goal, come out on defense. Now you're going to force a punt. Stay in this game.
Kalani Rennick is back to field this for UC Davis. Colby Froker on to punt. That's a heck of a punt right there. Rennick makes his way to the 11-yard line. Well, UC Davis gets the stop, and they'll go on offense when we come back.
Wearing number 13 for UC Davis.
UC Davis with the football and a hole to climb out of here in the fourth quarter. Caden Pinnock completes the pass to Samuel Batu, and that ties his season high as 7th catch of the night. McMillan with the stop, but it's for a first down.
Well, and that's the way to start, right? To dig yourself out of a hole, go to your best player, Samuel Batu Jr.
UC Davis, when it comes to time of possession and plays, they've controlled this game, but they gave up 24 straight points. Flag out as Pinnock tries to weave his way through the defense.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 11. A 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play, automatic, first down.
That's against Kenneth Iden.
Take a look, he's right side of the screen, number 11. He's taking on a double team. Yeah, I didn't really see it there, and you heard the crowd. The Montana State crowd is not happy with this crew. I think that's a play on. I don't think that's a flag, but I'm not an official.
And puts the ball at the 40. Pinnock almost got rolled up on, has to run. Tripped up and thrown for a loss by Talon Marsh.
The one thing I'm really impressed with, both sides, these defensive linemen, they can run. I mean, Talon Marsh, 280. It looks like Pinnock's going to get by him easily. A lot of green turf in front of him, but the big defensive lineman stays with it and makes the tackle.
5 sacks for Montana State's defense. They call the D-line the cold front. Batu. Got it at the 45-yard line. That's a new season high, 8 catches tonight.
And just see the cushion, just take what they're giving you. Good route, good catch, get it back after the sack. Third and manageable here.
UC Davis has only converted twice on third down. They're 2 for 12. Looking towards Batu, and it's picked off. Caden Dowler again. He's got a pick 6 in this game. Make it 2 INTs for Caden Dowler.
And that time, Pinnock just tries to fit it in there. Dollar has excellent coverage right on the slot on Batu. And just beats him, right? Good coverage right there. Pinnock releases it. Dollar comes up. The contact with Batu Jr., which is fine there. And makes the interception, another run back. I mean, what a night for Caden Dowler.
Caden Dowler has 3 interceptions on the season, and they've all come in the last 2 games.
He gets the hot cowboy hat once again for the takeaway.
They told us Caden Dowler is like another coach on the field. Justin Lamson with the push forward inside the 15.
You know, and we showed those stats with how many more plays UC Davis has run and more yards, but the defensive play, big plays for Montana State really has been the difference tonight.
2 takeaways. They made him pay on the first one. Can they make UC Davis pay on the second? Adam Jones. Stuffed. By Trent Carrad. It took this Montana State offense a little time to get going. They didn't really hit their flow until that second quarter.
And give the UC Davis defense credit. I mean, they've played hard tonight.
Montana State's not going to be in any type of hurry here. I do think they're going to have to take a timeout.
Timeout. Montana State, their first of the half. Timeout on the field.
Big defensive play for Montana State. Can they turn it into points? Third down coming up. It's time for the Protection Spotlight presented by Prudential.
And the offensive line for Montana State. It's done some nice work tonight. 143 yards rushing as a team. They're trying to add on to that. Touchdown run there. Lamson and just Yeoman's work. Very tough offensive line from Montana State that protects you and wears you out.
3rd and 3 on the way here in the red zone for Montana State. They just got their second interception of the night. They convert a pass over to Taco Dowler.
And Dollar knowing where he needs to be as that throw was low. Took him to the ground, but he was past the marker. So all he had to do was catch it to get the first down, and he did.
Pass batted by Trent Carrad.
Sometimes Lamson will really wind up and kind of overstride on his throws and zero in on his target. That one gets knocked away.
Julius Davis got a push, but in comes a flag.
And you heard the moan from the crowd when the flag came in from the back judge. They're just assuming it's going to be on Montana State, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be on UC Davis.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, have the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
See if we can see that right in the middle of the screen. It's actually a face mask too, and a hands to the face. Pick your poison there. They're both 15-yard penalties.
It's on Rain Mayo Jr.
And you saw that mesh point there. I mean, Ty Richardson in the corner, he comes off the edge quick. Gets there. Good job by Julius Davis to hold on to that ball. Watch 3 off the right side come down. Downhill fast. A lot of times you'll see the ball get fumbled because of that. Nice job by Davis.
Here's Davis. Touchdown. Montana State has forced 2 turnovers, and they've gotten points off of both of them.
Yeah, which is exactly what you wanted. That's what good teams do, and it's killer for the team that turned the ball over. Just the push from the middle of that line. The mesh point here was not good either between Lamson and Davis. Lamson was pulling away, and he was able to get it in. It doesn't get fumbled. Davis gets the ball, and you saw that push from the interior middle of that offensive line of Montana State, just wearing down UC Davis.
And Julius Davis with his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Montana State up 31-10.
We'll take a look at it. Watch the mesh point. Not great. Doesn't get fumbled as Lamson reaches, which is the most important thing. And nice hole up front of that offensive line right there. I mean, look, I think I could actually probably scoot through that hole. My old bones, maybe. I mean, not now. I'm on East Coast time. I'm a little slower.
Yeah.
But if it was earlier, I would have got through it.
You hit a couple of holes hard back in your day.
back in the day, yeah. Now it's all about getting through the hole of the buffet line, right? When we're on the road.
I don't know. What'd you do? You did shoulder day, right?
I shoulder
Whatever it
day,
was?
absolutely, Court. I should say you called me to go on a hike. It was a beautiful day, but had some other stuff to do, so I had to turn the hike down because you would have killed.
That's another questionable decision.
You would have killed me because
you also told me you wore a shirt you bought in 1999
well,
yesterday.
I did.
So
I did.
another questionable one.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Don't make Kirk Herbstreit money, you know. It's late.
Well, we mentioned those turnovers forced, and it has been the same player with 2 interceptions, the leader of the defense, like another coach on the field. We're talking about Caden Dowler, an 83-yard pick 6, and then follows it up with another interception.
I talked about it. He wears the green dot. That's the coach-to-player communication. So he's the leader out there. Gets this interception, and again, it's the run after the catch, setting up his blocks, makes a couple guys miss, and the last one, tight end Ian Simpson doesn't have a chance as he takes it. That really turned the game, that play right there by Caden Dowler. And then once again, has as much right to the ball as Samuel Batu Jr. He goes there and makes another interception, which set up another touchdown.
Pinnock running, steps out of a tackle near the 40. He's got the first down. For Caden Dowler, it's 116 yards and a touchdown on those 2 interceptions. That's the most in FCS this year.
He's probably going to have more yards than his brother tonight, so he's going to, you know what I mean?
Taco
That's,
wide receiver,
yeah.
yeah.
That's something he could say, right? Because I'm sure it's never happened before.
Little bragging rights. With everything we've heard about the Dowlers, they're just concerned about coming out with the win.
That's right.
Gaiasia with the carry. Spinning forward, first down.
Good run, hard, or good hard run. Kai Asia.
He's become that number 2 back with Carter Vargas out for the season. Jordan Fisher is the main back now. He's had 14 carries tonight. Pinnock firing over the top to Mitchell Dixon for a big pickup inside the 30. Back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, and if he's not making interceptions.
Rolling on the field is a catch and a recovery by the offense.
He's making hits because that was Caden Dowler that came over from his safety position. Yeah, and UC Davis is going fast. I thought maybe replay would stop and take a look at this.
They don't give him time to. Asia spinning forward inside the 15. And look at UC Davis march down the field.
And with chunk plays, right?
Chain Gang didn't even have time to get set on that last one. Cole Taylor with the stop of Caden Pinnock.
But again, 8, 9, 12, 15. I mean, big chunk plays on this drive. They needed to score in a hurry. Down 21 here.
Taking their time right here. Jordan Fisher up the middle. Marked at the 2. First and goal coming up.
You're right, Corey. They used a lot of time on that play clock. And they're actually huddling now, and because they subbed, Montana State gets a chance to sub, and it's like a hockey line change there. A lot of new defenders coming in fresh for Montana State. So using a lot of time here once again.
We got Ian Simpson, the tight end, in the backfield now with Pinnock and Fisher. Jordan Fisher couldn't cut back inside, was just eaten up by Caden Dowler, who is having a heck of a ball game.
Exactly what you want from your leader. The safety position, a couple interceptions, a touchdown, bunch of tackles for a loss. And Montana State's like, substitute, take your time, all you want. Clock's running, we're up by 21.
Running out of time. Barely got the snap off. Now Pinnock in trouble. Evades 2 tackles and just shovels it forward into the end zone for a touchdown by Mitchell Dixon.
And there's a flag.
A flag out.
Eligible man downfield. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Yeah, and that nullifies. Just a great play by Caden Pinnock. Now, offensive lineman can only be 3 yards downfield. Watch 55. He can go to about the 2-yard line is where he can go. He's drifting. Yep, he's in the end zone. And that's just a killer. And you see him come back into the screen. It doesn't matter. Once you've gone past 3, you can't come back. It's ineligible downfield. That's the proper call. We're going to go look at it here. He pulls. And it's hard because at this point he figures Pinnock's running. He was going to run, and then the shuffle pass.
He takes a touchdown off the board. Play action for Pinnock. Got the touchdown anyway, this time to Samuel Batu Jr.
Touchdown, Aggies.
It was a great drive. Finished it off with the touchdown. Took a lot of time. But first and foremost, you got to score. And they got that touchdown. And get the extra point here. You'll be back within 2 scores.
And Davis does have all 3 timeouts. Just got that
That was
PAT
close.
in. It was close.
Pinnock to the man, Samuel Batu Jr. UC Davis hanging in here.
We're keeping an eye on the dueling Dowlers. Usually Taco
Number
Dowler,
13
who's the wide
for UC
receiver,
Davis, is now wearing number 20.
has more yards, but watch out for Caden Dowler tonight, Rini.
He wants family bragging rights, and he deserves it. He's been the best player tonight on the field.
2 interceptions, one of them an 83-yard pick six.
And Montana State obviously has their hands team out just in case for the onside kick.
Yeah, UC Davis just got a touchdown to pull within 2 touchdowns in this game, but they took a lot of time off the clock. This will just shoot up the middle and into the end zone.
Really smart play by Julius Davis there. Have the patience not to pick it up, knowing that this ball is going to make it in the end zone for a touchback.
So now Montana State will come out and want to control this clock and use up as much as possible of this 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Remember, a week from tomorrow is the FCS selection show, and even if UC Davis doesn't come back in this game, do they have a shot at the playoffs?
So I think we talked about their no contest. I think the committee has to consider that a win on the road. They went across country. They were up by a touchdown in the 4th. However, they win at home next week against Sacramento State. UC Davis is in the playoffs.
There's Adam Jones.
Adam Jones on the run. Picks up 4.
Next week, you've got some rivalry games, and if the score holds how it is now in our game, that Montana State game is going to be for the Big Sky.
Yeah. Brawl the Wild, right? Game like that for the Big Sky Championship, tremendous. We had Northern Arizona earlier this year. I believe if they beat Weber State, I think they're in as well. And I think the Big Sky will get 4 teams in.
Sacramento State did get a win today. They'll take on UC Davis next week. To the 31 goes Adam Jones, stopped by Sam Golagowski.
And I thought with 3 timeouts, Tim Plow would start using some. Boy, and he used it now and just let a lot of time go off the clock.
30-second timeout.
I agree with the use of the timeout. Just got to hit it sooner.
Well, the NWSL playoffs roll on with the second semifinal of the weekend. Defending champions Orlando Pride hosting the 2023 champs Gotham. Coverage begins tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app. UC Davis will have 2 timeouts remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout.
When you got to get a stop here. You can't let them get this first down. This is a critical play for UC Davis.
Lamson pulls it. He's got the first down. Look at the field in front of him. Inside the 20 goes the QB before Jaden Stanley finally took him down, or he was gone. 48 yards.
Yeah. 12 personnel. You got 2 tight ends in there. Lamson pulls it, keeps it, gets a great kick out block by his tight end. And a big time play and run for Montana State. Should just about seal this game for them.
To the 21-yard line. Clock ticking and approaching that 2-minute timeout. They will have to run a play, and they do. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout.
This is a 2-minute timeout. Timeout on the field.
2 minutes to go. Montana State up by 2 scores.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico.
Montana is absolutely beautiful. We've enjoyed our time here in Bozeman. A little Big Sky action under the lights. 2 minutes to go in this one. Montana State up 2 scores and threatening. Julius Davis, no. Lamson into the end zone for the second time, 18 yards out. Touchdown, Montana State.
And what a fake. Puts it in the belly of Davis. Everyone thought Davis had the ball. Lamson said, no, I'm going to keep it. Good blocking on the left side. Watch him put him in the belly. Ride it down. Look at the defenders go in. Good blocking on the outside. Rocky, the Chinoni, the tight end, and Lamson in for the score.
And he's got a career high 97 rushing yards tonight. And Montana State all but setting up a Big Sky championship game next week against their rival Montana.
Yeah, they're ready for that one. Watch this play again. Yeah, you know, when the cameraman goes wrong, you know it's a great fake. Watch Lamson get up. A little talking, a little pumped up there. Remember, this is his first year, so he's about to experience Brawl of the Wild next week. That great crowd up there, and again, how great is a rivalry game, last week of the season, and it's for the conference championship. Doesn't get any better than that for the Big Sky.
And Montana, of course, winning earlier today, and Montana State less than 2 minutes away from a victory as they're now up 3 scores. Brawl of the Wild next week at noon on Saturday. And then a week from tomorrow, a week from Sunday, the FCS playoff selection show. 24 teams will hear their name called. Montana State will be one of them. UC Davis, it would help to win next week.
Yeah, I just think for as many years as I've done the FCS selection show, and I know the committee's changed, but again, an 8-win team with their schedule in this conference, they win next week against Sacramento State, they're in.
Yeah, for UC Davis, that first game of the season that was ruled a no contest, they were up, weather rolled in, and then the city of Montgomery said you can't restart this game after midnight, and there was no chance of starting it before midnight because of the lightning and the weather. Had to rule it a no contest. That would have been their 8th win.
But at the end of the day, they were up by a touchdown with 7 minutes left in the 4th. They went across country. It was essentially a home game for Mercer. Mercer's already won the Southern Conference. They're in the FCS field as an auto bid. So even though it's a no contest, I think the committee has to take it into consideration.
Well, Pinnock hit hard as he was throwing.
Number 8 was in the air. The pass was legal. 3rd down.
Not to mention he got hit when he was throwing it.
I think, though, Caden Pinnock has a bright future.
For sure. Very impressed with that young man tonight.
3rd and 4. Kayasea is able to convert as he goes past the 40-yard line.
He's had a couple nice runs tonight, so I think Tim Plow and offensive coordinator Paul Shelton might be trusting him a little bit more for some more carries.
Pinnock to Batu.
And you'll give him the underneath stuff all night. Clock's just going to run.
Batu just got his 10th catch of the game.
Number 8, Batu. Carson Williams on defense. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, top 20 teams headline tomorrow's women's basketball on ESPN and ESPN2. It's TCU and NC State on ESPN, followed by Louisville and Clemson. Clemson over on ESPN2.
Jordan Major with a run. Jay Gray drinks him up. First down, 8.
Pinnock complete to Stacey Dobbins. Just moving right down the field inside the 30 they go. It's a 14-yard pickup. Clock stops at 37. And UC Davis will call a timeout.
And you want to fight to the end for sure, and every rep helps your offense, helps your young quarterback, helps your receivers. So yeah, I know you're down by 21, but you just keep fighting to the end and you try to get a touchdown here.
When it comes to big picture, looking at this Montana State team, how do you think they shape up in terms of being a team that can make another championship run? They played in the championship game last year.
It shows you how good of a coach Brent Vegan is, right? A couple new coordinators. Team's a lot different, but just keep plugging along. He's a really good coach. I think it's a really good team, much different than last year. I don't think quite as good as last year's team, but still very good and capable of making a deep run in the FCS playoffs.
Pinnock slinging it to the corner of the end zone, just past Zach Jones. The last 4 FCS national champions. See, Montana State has made a couple of championship game appearances and also made it to the semifinals.
Well, that was killer last year. You know, 15-0, you get to the championship game and you lose by 3 points to North Dakota State. That's tough. That doesn't diminish a great year, But at the end of it, though, in all divisions, only one team is happy, right? There's only one champion at the end.
Pinnock will be dropped, and that'll be your ball game.
And fitting that the game ends on a sack. That Montana State defense played extremely hard tonight. Very impressed with Caden Pinnock, but Montana State defense made a lot of plays. And what can you say about Caden Dollar?
Caden Dollar, 2 interceptions tonight, one of them an 83-yard pick six, and Montana State has now won 22 straight Big Sky games at home. They're on a 9-game win streak. Remember, they started the season 0-2.
How about Brent Vegan is now 36-3 in conference?
It's incredible.
But at the end of it, we talked about it. If you're UC Davis, win next week, and you're in. I'm telling you, you're in. Montana State's in, but boy, you get to go on the road, play your rival, Brawl the Wild, for the Big Sky Championship.
That's going to be a fun game next week.
What a way to end the regular season.
And then next Sunday, the FCS selection show to determine those 24 teams that are heading to the playoffs. Montana State will definitely be one of those. UC Davis should be. They got to get a win next week to help their cause. So a Montana State win at home. 22 straight against Big Sky teams at home for the Montana State Bobcats. Their defense with the highlights of the night, a couple of interceptions by Caden Dollar, a career night for him as Montana State is able to get the win at home. 38-17 is your final from Bozeman.